This is an absolutely gigantic development in the Trump-Russia scandal. Increasingly, we've been looking at Donald Trump's intent to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. Everybody has had a different story about how serious this project ever was. But more importantly, there have been a lot of denials about how involved, if at all, Donald Trump was. We've heard months of denials, in fact, denials that said Trump wasn't even aware of the project being discussed during the 2016 presidential campaign. Months of denials that there are any signed documents, that there's anything more than the idea of Michael Cohen sending a few emails about maybe someday there could be a Trump Tower Moscow built, and that if there were any such documents, Donald Trump's name definitely isn't on any of them. Donald Trump's signature, more importantly, more accurately, isn't on any of them. It was Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, who was working on this, or it was Ivanka and Eric and Don Jr. In any case, Donald Trump was totally out of this deal and not at all involved, except that we now have the smoking gun that proves that Donald Trump and his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and all of them have been lying. CNN has obtained a letter of intent to build Trump Tower Moscow, signed by Donald Trump, with that stereotypical, that trademark, huge Sharpie signature of Donald Trump's that we've talked about before. As a reminder, before we play the clip, on Sunday, just this past Sunday, Donald Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said there is a document, but Donald Trump never signed the document. A document was drawn up, never signed by anybody, never mind by Donald Trump. Giuliani saying to Dana Bash on CNN, it was a real estate project. There was a letter of intent to go forward, but no one signed it. But then CNN found the letter, and it has been signed, and it was signed by Donald Trump himself. Take a look.
Take a look at this. This is the letter of intent for the proposed Trump Tower Moscow, all right? It is signed by Donald J. Trump. How do I know? Well, because we've been told it was by his lawyer, and it is. And I'll show it to you in a second. Now, I want you to take a walk down memory lane to remind you of what the president himself has said about this project. First, he said there was no deal. Listen to this.
I have nothing to do with Putin. I have nothing to do with Russia. I have nothing to do with Russia. We had nothing to do with Russia.
You know, for a deal that didn't mean anything, it's a lot of pages, man, with a lot of detail about what they wanted and how they wanted it and how he'd be paid. And there's his signature. Okay?
There it is. That distinctive, thick, Sharpie signature. And once again, Rudolph the red-nosed lawyer told another lie, and what we now have is confirmation that Donald Trump signed this. Recall that Trump knew the deal involved the Kremlin because Michael Cohen told him that it did. We have proof in writing, Pat, that Donald Trump was doing business with active adversaries of the United States while pushing the most pro-Russia, anti-Ukraine policy in a long time, while lying about it as he simultaneously ran for president of the United States.
Well, we can definitely call this a smoking gun because it's clear-cut evidence. You can see the guy's signature on the document. After all, that's as clear as it gets. But it doesn't go to any legal culpability. It just goes to show that they were lying all along, and now they've been caught in the lie. So that's the significance of this.
I've said before, and I will say it again, there's a very good chance that this all does not get Donald Trump removed from office. It should, but it will likely not. And that's an indictment of our political system. It should be difficult to remove a president. It should, because you don't want presidents to be able to be removed merely for political disagreements or political ganging up on, so to speak. But if there are no repercussions for effectively negotiating away foreign policy with real estate deals, promises to Vladimir Putin of penthouse condos, then the United States is simply not serious about the rule of law and of democracy, and we are just selling to the highest bidder, which in many ways we've been doing for decades. That's actually the reality. When will the Republicans come around and say, no more? This has to end. This is not about politics anymore. This is about the sovereignty of the United States. Where are they going to get the testicular fortitude, wink, wink, to do that when they're often just scared of Donald Trump and the effect that their reelection chances may suffer as a result of coming out and saying it. Will they ever? Unfortunately, Pat is probably right that they won't. But every aspect of every single one of these stories, the Trump Tower meeting, Trump Tower Moscow, I could list them for an hour. We are being lied to constantly. And as yet, there have been no repercussions for the big players who have been telling the lies. Send me your thoughts as to whether there ever will be such repercussions. I'm on Twitter at dpakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show. One of today's sponsors is privacy.com/Pakman, which is a free service that I myself use. Really useful in many different ways. Takes just a few seconds to link your debit card to privacy.com. Then you can create virtual credit cards that are linked directly to your bank account, and you use those virtual credit card numbers to buy things online, which protects your actual debit card so that it's not spread all over the internet. And one of the best things about it is how their mobile app and browser extensions for Chrome and Firefox make it really easy to use. Let's say, for example, that I'm signing up for a David Pakman Show membership. In the credit card number field, I already see the privacy.com icon. I just click it, choose which of my virtual credit cards I want to use, and the credit card number, expiration date, and security code are automatically entered. I can put in any zip code I want, and I'm done. And if you try to use my credit card number that you just saw on the screen, it doesn't matter, because I've already deleted that virtual card, and that's the beauty of privacy.com. There are a ton of advantages to using a free service like this. For example, you can sign up for as many free trials as you want, then just delete the virtual credit card you used and never worry about getting charged for it. It protects you from getting hacked. It protects you when companies are hacked, which happens all the time. It is all completely free. All you have to do is click the link under this video to get started. And for a limited time, they're giving everyone in our audience $5 towards your first purchase when you sign up using that link.